until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And I'll say that again. Well, folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansakwao, the fourth Chief of the Little Republic of Akwamu Edumasa, and I say thank God it's Monday. A beautiful opportunity to meet up and perform one of radio's most important rituals. A ritual that brings patriots together, a ritual that brings great minds together, a ritual for the lovers of nation. Right here at the same time every Monday, only on Joy 99.7 FM. And so let us all gather and make truth good. Our topic today, folks, needless hard times. Needless hard times. Folks, we can all agree to some extent that the dynamics of the world has changed. And this has caused a major upset in some, some nations and shock across some economies. First, it was the pandemic. And then, as usual, it was his twin sister, the war. The pandemic and the war have become twins. I don't know which one is male and female, but hey, they're twins. So first it was the pandemic, and then the other twin came, the war. Folks, however, my concern is what, as a nation, we did before the war and the lessons we have learned since the pandemic. Folks, we ran an economy pegged on the dollar and is run purely on fuel. Now, these two items literally affect our DNA. As soon as they change, even if you check our blood, the DNA in our blood will change. That's how close it is, ingrained it is in us. And so in running our economy, one cannot keep their eyes off these two items, fuel and the dollar. Otherwise, folks, hell will break loose. And as I speak, it has broken loose. It's on the run. But let me quickly add that there are people in the system who are milking it. People in the system who are really pricing things, overpricing things because so they just, jack things up and hike things up just because the era, gives room for that kind of greed. The era gives room for that kind of greed. But yes, undoubtedly, the times are hard. Folks, but a great percentage of our current hardship is needless. The curse of no willpower is really looming on us now. Folks, it's now, maybe it's been given to us intravenously. It's in our blood now. The curse of no willpower. And the corruption momentum is wild and alive. Now let me try and explain. Folks, the curse of no willpower. As a country, we seem to have no ability to stop any menace that befalls us, even if our lives are at stake. And the sad part, folks, an illegality will start small by a few persons. Clear and blatant illegality. We will sit and wait for years, and then we become overwhelmed when we don't even know how to start to deal with it. Folks, it could just be one person using the sidewalks as a stall or a mini market, then 2, then 7, then 20. 2 years later, it's a full-fledged market with an association. And they can't be moved. Why? Because they are pleading poverty and survival. We are poor. My husband died. I have 4 kids. I'm pregnant. I've come from Navrongo. I don't know where I need to stay. So I need to be allowed to break the law. And so, like everything else, we just leave it because we become overwhelmed. Folks, it could be our water bodies. I mean, that's one of the lowest of the low. It could be our water bodies being destroyed. And still we are helpless. We have an army, we have fire service, we have the police, we have all, whatever it is. But we are helpless. We just sit and talk, give, eloquent speeches. But the water is just being destroyed. And the funny thing, you hear some people say, oh, we need to educate those, those of them who are engaged in that evil. We must educate. Educate who? Educate who? As if they are not aware of what they are doing. Folks, if you were to ask me, I say flog them. Flogging. What do you do? Flogging, education there. We are now at the stage where they should be flogged. Folks, the corruption momentum, should we even start today to change our mindset? If today, by some switch, we're able to change our mindset. Folks, there are so many already corrupted people in the system coming up who are ready to steal their portion of the national cake. It may take maybe 60, 100 years to really clear corrupted minds out of the system. Folks, the students who are cheating in exams, I mean, like, in your face, let me cheat their paper, and those who are spending huge sums of money just to win school elections. Folks, they are going to be the black belters of corruption. Taekwondo. They are going to be the black belters, Shotokan, Kung Fu, corruption. Folks, they will warn, they will write a letter. You have CEOs writing a letter to Yoko, warning them that if you don't let me steal from the company's coffers, I'll come to your office and beat you. I mean, if a child can tell the invigilator, if you don't let me cheat on the paper, I'll beat you. If that child gets into a CEO position, that's what they'll do. They will write to the ombudsman and tell them that if you don't let me cheat, if you don't let me steal, I will come to your office and I will show you where power lies. Folks, let me divert a little bit, but it's all the same issue. Rice. Just rice. Rice is now staple food. There's no more Chinese food. There's no more foreign food. Rice is now a Ghanaian food, or probably a world food. And I'm sure it's eating more than any food in the country, more than kinky, more than fufu. I think rice. Yet, rice production is still a mystery. It comes 3 months, seeds come. It's still a mystery. I bought some brown rice. Folks, before you cook it, you may need a microscope. You need patience. Patience. You need enough water that you're going to use to wash it. The chaff, the stones, and just the dirt. Why? Are we really saying that it's beyond us to grow rice and neatly and cleanly bag it 2022 and more? This has become like so beyond us. Folks, what does it take? I mean, maybe I'm not in the agri section, but those of you in agri, what does it really take to put the rice in the machine to clean it well and bag it? Folks, yet in the same country that hasn't got a super high-tech rice milling machine, the same country can import hundreds and hundreds of super luxury cars. So then what's an excuse of not having a super duper rice mill? And if there is, why is it not cleaning the rice for us? Just rice. Should this be on the table for discussion in hard times like this? But it is. For the reason why TOR, our good old TOR, won't be given some of our crude to refine is mind-boggling. It is now bordering on a spiritual problem. We have to probably consult some oracle, Yanko Abisa, to go and ask why. It has gone beyond common sense. It has gone beyond technology, gone beyond economy. Now we need to consult the oracles to ask why it is that we can't just have some sort of an agreement to say, when you take some of the oil, bring some to Tor to refine. Strange phenomenon. So we have to import, putting all that pressure on the good old city. Folks, we need to import, putting all that pressure on the good old city. And once we report and we come, people will also steal it and send it away. So, at this moment, you would have thought the discussion was to how is it that we expand Tor? That should have been the discussion. How do we expand Tor so that as we discover more oil fields, we have increased capacity to refine? After all, we are ready to consume. And I don't know anybody who credit when we buy the petrol too, yet yeah. So there's a ready market. And I'm sure this will cut out the transportation cost. And since the refinery is here, we may be able to control the margins on it, bring down the cost of fuel, which literally affects everything. But the cares of no willpower. The cares of no willpower. Folks, we are told that those who dabble in the importation of finished product, they prefer the status quo. Send your money to the side. So they go and bring their finished products and sell to us. There's no way we have to refine it. And somehow it stays. But look at it. Here's a nation in the face of bankruptcy, in the face of shame and new war. Shame. We are down on our knees begging for arms. But still, would rather choose that than make policies that soften, the pressure on us. So I'm telling you, where we need to go and see some oracle to ask. Charlie, what is happening? Has somebody cursed us? Because, I don't know. Here we are, begging, need some small support to stay alive because we are literally going down under. But little policies to start mitigating some of these problems, no. Folks, the youth are getting enraged. A huge percentage have already given up. I mean, if you're anybody in national security, that must be scary. Young, red-blooded, and giving up. Not the pensioners, oh. No. Young, red-blooded, educated, and giving up. Hey, are we safe? Folks, I mean, can we even start by extending Friday wear to everyday wear? Can we just say that in your Friday wear, it's everyday wear? I don't know. But okay, because it's the constitution say. But can we start by extending Friday wear to everyday wear? I mean, governments can approach the unions and plead with them. Approach the clergy and plead with them. Any worker in Ghana, apart from embassies that we have no control of, the official attire is sewn in Ghana. Until we build a fabric industry, let's just settle with sewn in Ghana. Folks, this single action will mop up so many youth and increase, local income to, a good proportion. We just need to introduce good standards into the industry and instill on, quality. And within 6 months, I doubt if you can even get a sewing machine to buy in Ghana. It will be finished. Where people are sitting at home who are now being pressured. These ladies, they don't even repeat. There will be pressure. Folks, already there are Ghanaian designers doing magic and wonderful things. Really, up there. We just need more. And with a policy like this, it would force more of them to come. And let me single out my own daughter, Bri Redua. Works magic. Pamatadi Ubia say, wow, if and I'm sure such a thing would just boost industries. There will be people who will be going there to learn how to sew, to also come and enjoy the opportunity. Real opportunity. But here we are. Here we are, folks. Hanging on a thread. All the leaders would have to do is to try and carry the people along. At the moment, the disconnect between leadership and the people is too wide. If they can find a good bridge to bring people along, to let us feel that we are all in the same boat, I am sure we would come along with it. And it's such a beautiful thing that it would just run wild. Run wild. Every worker, baby, whether you're private, whether you're government, whatever it is, you have to wear sewn in Ghana. Sewn in Ghana. You'll be amazed how many jobs that will create. Folks, we still can't even stop illegal fishing. Pair trolling, from ever since I've gotten aware of the word pair trolling till today, I'm sure it's still going on. It's like we have no ability to stop anything. In fact, let me break your heart even further. So shamefully, we couldn't develop our salt industry. A low-hanging fruits. Salt, industries. Salt. You cannot have, say, you have too much salt. No. There's demand for salt. We could produce salt, but we couldn't. Right here, Pambro Salt, good old Apinting, did his best. Right here, Pambro Salt. Folks, literally next door to the salt mine, there's Empire Cement. Literally next door to the salt mine is Empire Cement. Folks, the people from McCarthy Hill have complained. They have taken it to court, jammed and jigged. The court says, no, it can't be allowed. EPA says, no, cement particles will go into people's home and onto the salt, so this cannot be allowed. I was shocked to see that after all the don't do it, almost a factory, it's complete. They built the factory. Sometimes you just have to, clap. So our leaders, you just have to call them and clap for them. So bon say mom. Honestly, yes, it's all bon say mom. How is it done? It's like bibi o akuma subiano. Regardless of the impact, you can just do it. Regardless, whether it affects somebody's health, whatever it is, you can just do it. Now, someday in the future, folks, when our children are wondering how come it is that there was a cement factory built next door to a salt mine, it will be a very interesting read. Cement factory next door to a salt mine. We couldn't stop it. How? We couldn't stop it. And nobody is in jail for it. Nobody has been sacked. The factory hasn't been blown apart. Isiho. We can't stop it. The curse of no willpower. Some of the things we do, folks, really hurts. Maybe that's what disconnects some people, get that disconnect from people, say, something, I'm not the one going to die for this country. Maybe these are some of the things that somebody will wake up and say, I won't die for this country. It's me, myself, and I, here and now. We can't be bothered about anything else. So, folks, maybe we can start with the things we can do just to reduce imports. There must be certain things that we can easily do. And we must start with the things we can do. At least start. Folks, we sit and say COVID and the war. How have they been a factor to the issues I have mentioned? How did COVID spoil our water bodies? How did the war stop us from having good polished rice? Doesn't matter how they can fight from morning to evening. How does it stop you from growing your rice and polishing it? Indeed, even those who are fighting the Ukraine or he's exporting grain. So what is our excuse? And then the whole day is rained. If you put rice in the ground somewhere, 3 months later you take it, put it in the. So what did the Koro or the war do about that? You plant the rice and it says, oh no, there's Koro, so I'm not going to grow. Or you put it in the mill, and the mill says, oh no, there's a war, so I'm not going to polish the rice. Folks, how did Koro stop us instituting a Wear Ghana policy? Oh, I'm coughing, so I can't institute a policy. On top of all these inactions, folks, people are generally disconnected with the country. They're not connected. So we hear customs officers openly ripping the states off with no remorse. And we are yet, we wait and see if anybody will be even called into action or interdicted. They are transferred. No, there's not enough, things going past that border for the person to steal or, Now look, people are barely surviving. Pensioners are stretched. Their values just diminished overnight. The same amount of money that used to stretch, maybe 4 weeks, 6 weeks now can barely do 2 weeks. Whereas they have no income coming in, their children and their grandchildren too are struggling barely to make a living to even come and support them. So what is our excuse to be in this mess? Folks, what is our excuse to be in this mess? Well, maybe because me there. My see enko akono di ni enko bisa. Antoa or no go. Let's go and find out. Because that's where we are. Because common sense, we've gone past it. We've gone past economy. We've gone past technology. So we be able to do it. Maybe spiritually, enko bisa. So what is happening? 0302 216 541. In Accra, capital city, you build a cement mine next to a salt mine. So it's not like it's in the bush somewhere, just all the drone. No, in Accra. Oh boy, yeah. Let's see you, Kwebisa. Hello, who's talking to me?
And I thank God for your life.
Thank you too, Ajiman Joseph.
And you see, sometimes we think people having their crest around their neck is the pastor. So. Now some of you speaking the truth are more than the pastor. And you've mentioned rice, salt. It seems you are thinking of sugar and you soon, so you didn't mention sugar. And I'm supposing our refinery is working and we are not buying finished products from outside. This our CD against the dollar wouldn't have suffered a lot like this. Supposing we are producing enough for our own consumption, I mean, COVID will never do anything to us. And you think about the rice. Rice is everywhere, in every occasion, in every institution. Whatever we do is rice. And if you look at the number of rice, the tons of rice being imported into this country through the port, and it will be marveled. See, I was once eating fruit and one of the seeds fell somewhere. I mean, I got a pawpaw, then I harvested. We are blessed to the extent that on this our land, nothing you plant wouldn't be well. Look at the rainfall pattern this season or this year. We cannot produce rice for ourselves, go to voter reading and advance some areas. We have vast lands, yet we are here importing rice. And we have people graduating as extension officers, agricultural officers. And we talk about GDP. You are more than the truth. God bless you.
God bless you too, my brother. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hey, Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
I have a serious issue today I want to talk about.
Let me hear you.
Yeah, very well. You see, you know Sakaman Junction?
Yes.
You see, there's these boys that come there dressed in the uniform, and they carry people's babies and then bring them to the food at the roadside in the time of preaching and begging money. A brother of mine called me from US and said, what is this happening in Ghana? My brother, I'm begging you, talk to the authorities.
They bring what to the junction?
Sakaman Junction, a searchlight. They come out with people's kids, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the new phenomenon now. Yeah. And they say Abufrani Yari and come and give us money. That's the new, yeah. That's the new trend now. Well, hello.
Right is wrong.
Well, I know.
I'm begging of you, please talk to the authorities.
Well, very
I'm
soon.
begging you. That's my concern now. It's very hurting to me.
No, I think I agree with you on that. I agree with you.
Yes, so please, for God's sake, talk to the authorities for me.
I'm sure they have heard you. They've heard you. I don't even know if it's healthy for the child to be sat in that sun, with a tube stuck in the stomach, and I don't know. Hello, who's talking to me?
Oh, hello. Yes, my name is Eddie Queno.
Eddie, let me hear you.
MBE. I'm the chairman of the McCarthy Hill Residents Association.
I
mean, we did a press conference, which I'm very, very happy and glad, that you are raising the issue on the media.
Okay.
We had a lot of support from the press last week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been involved in this fight from the beginning, and I must say that the attitude of some of our public institutions and the public officials, has been appalling. We haven't been served very well by those people in authority. I mean, the EPA, Ghana Standards Board, the Ministry of Trade, Science and Technology, they haven't been able to stop the factory from operating.
Let me quiet. Did you go to court on this thing?
Well, we are in court.
We are in court.
We are in court. We sue them. But of course, the legal process here is very long. But we are in court again on the 21st of October. But we've gone through the whole, institutions. We've gone through.
But let me. If I'm wrong. I heard EPA saying that no, they don't agree for the factory to be close to the area.
Absolutely. I mean, the EPA have been very, very supportive. They've insisted from day one that the factory shouldn't be there. They shouldn't be producing cement. Initially, the factory approached the EPA and they asked for permission and permit to produce cement bags.
Mm-hmm.
So the EPA gave them permission to do that. Then they changed their business plan to produce cement and bag cement. The EPA said no. And the EPA have insisted up to now that they are not going to issue them with a permit. The Ministry of Science, Technology, and they got involved. They did a review, ministerial review, and they upheld the EPA's decision not to produce cement. But they are still doing it. So the question I'm asking myself is, who is running this country? Is it the Chinese or our own government?
Good question. Very good question. Very good question, but very sad. Really, really, really sad. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, hello. Good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
Yeah, thank you for this program. My name is Abu Mohammed. I'm calling from Japan.
Let me hear you, my brother.
When we meet boys in Japan, we used to do this type of discussion that, assuming all the schools in Volta region, the uniform they wear come from the factory. Because we have a textile factory that Saturdays and Wednesdays you go to the Japan market, you never see even a handkerchief that they say is from this factory. But you see some 30 grade jerseys from nearby Togo in the market. Why not? There are a lot of tailors around, both male and female. Now it is a norm. Both men and female learn how to sew the men and women dress. They gather. Why not put all of them into the factory? If people have funeral, go there. Then they do your funeral for the the schools, they do. Even the handkerchiefs, our doormat, the curtains we use, our bed sheet are all from other. Why not have them in our own factory? And this rice matter you talk, we do rice farm in Akusi.
Mm-hmm.
When you go there, right now, even the government is not there. You watch these Chinese people, and you see the machines they use to do this farming. Just like you said, why not bring this machine instead of V8 and all that? It educates employment. Do we have to be PhD holders to understand this common knowledge? Sometimes you just don't understand.
Thank you very much for listening and calling 0302 216 541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Tofik here.
Come again.
Tofik here.
Oh, Tawfiq, let me hear you.
Yes, Nana, you see, sometimes it hurts because these our leaders. I now sometimes understand why some of the youth, instead of arguing or disagreeing with what our leaders say, they tend to insult them. Sometimes they can't control it because you don't understand what exactly they think about us. Nana, may God save us. But I would like to ask this. If the registered voters, about 50% decides not to vote, what happens? Will the election still be held? Because I think we have to try that. If the entire nation or half of us decide to vote for the election, then these MPP and DC guys would start to think that, yes, we don't like what they are doing. Other than that, it's only God that will save this country.
CEO of Tough Smart is Tawfiq. He's the CEO of Tough Smart. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
Shem mixing your barbecue barbecue.
Shem, let me hear you.
Nana, today everybody's going to talk about the problems. Me, I just want to go on the solution. Ghana, as we are all aware, our political right or our mandate as Ghanaians is that every 4 years we want to change who administers the country or who governs us. Right now, as it stands, every Ghanaian has seen what the past government did and the previous government is doing. I entreat every Ghanaian not to sit on the fence when 2024 comes. This is the only legal mandate we have as Ghanaians. Let us push these two aside because we've seen that they cannot run the country. So for us, Ghana Nibia, Mr. Men Emma MPP and NDC. The moment you do that, you are putting the country in turmoil. The moment you do that, they will pay other people to go and vote for you because you don't want to vote. You think it's beneath you. So please, one of the solutions is that we've seen these people don't want to do the job. Let us change the presidential and the MPs. Both the MPs, they should leave. We should put independent candidates there. Let's see what they would also do. Let us put citizens there. A mason, or you can see it. Carpenter, you can see it. But when the politician comes, he wants to lie. Look about me. I'm just listening to him right now. A whole vice president, you go and mount a podium and you do politics. You're telling NDC people, who told you every Ghanaian is an NDC member? It's very sad. So, Nana, that's the only solution I have for us right today. Let us vote them out next 4 years. Let us just see what will happen to Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's my brother Shem mixing Yeboah. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Kofi.
Kofi, let me hear you.
Nana, the next problem greed, corruption, and politics. Greed from big men and women who still want to become big men and women. So they will be greedy, do anything to find their money. This thing that you are talking about, this manufacturing that you are talking about, is led by Ghanaians. Corruption from our public sector. Everybody wants to drive a big car. Everybody wants to live in a big house. So no matter what, they will do everything to get their money. So they are our public sector. They are paid as not match their lifestyle, and we are all looking on. And as for the NDC and MPP, until we get them out of the system, Ghana will continue to live like this.
Thank you very much. It's a long one, but let me try and read it. It says, of course it's needless. This is from Engineer Boachi. Of course it's needless. It's self-inflicted. We have everything under the sun to develop into a high-income country and support the rest of the continent. I mean, every single component of of building a house, factory, machinery, road, school, hospital, etc. right here in Ghana. We can get bitumen from oil, plastics and fertilizer from natural gas, glass, solar PV, microchip and micro-optic cable from silica sand, caustic soda from salt, emulsion paint from kaolin, gloss from oil, aluminium from bauxite, steel from iron ore, and manganese cement and lime from limestone, bricks from clay, furniture from timber. We can get solar PV and electric car lithium batteries from huge deposit of lithium discovered in Ghana. Above all, we have water, sunshine, and our people are very fine. I must say, who can be trained to do anything under the sun. How sad our state of our affairs. And I say, and on top of all that, we even have peace. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, Nana, I can tell you for a fact that Ghanaians are capable. I work in a multinational company. We have only 3 expatriates who are managing staffs of about 100. Third-party service providers excluded. We can do it. I'm telling you for a fact. But chance has not been given to the Ghanaians. You understand? Everything has been foreign. Check from the cement industries. They are there. Check from the mining. They are there. Check from everywhere. But one thing that I'm trying to put across, if you don't stand up against these Chinese people, now they only know of your good. They are still discovering. They will see other things that are in Ghana. And if you don't take time, you'll be here, and as a Ghanaian, there are some places that you should even enter. You will not. So it is time, this song, Arise Ghana Youth, for your country. You, the media, need to assist the Ghana youth for now. We are begging you people. Other than that, there's no future for the Ghanaian youth. I'm telling you for a fact. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana Kwesi.
Now, Kwesi, let me hear you.
Okay, so Nana, they've built a building has been raised at where it's not supposed to. Okay, so who gave the permit for that building?
Well, as far as we're concerned, nobody said we asked one for a permit. I'm telling you, you have to clap. So sometimes you have to clap for them. I want to see when the Chinese discover certain things. Maybe they could discover our politicians.
Because when the president ordered for those who are built in the railways, those structures should be brought down. I was concerned about who gave the permit, because that person cannot sit in the office and you say you go and break somebody's building. Somebody didn't do his or her work, and that person is still sitting in office taking salary. Nana, that's the way I'll come with it. It goes way deeper than we are saying. See, these printers who print the textbook for the schools. Do you know that when this MPP government came, those who were there already, they are busy contracting with the now they now go to China and go and print the book and bring it. Meanwhile, the old ones, they were printing it in Ghana here, so the money stays here. And so, and those that are printing it right now, they are going to print it at China and bring it. Doesn't make sense. In this same government are working to promote local businesses. See, these car companies that are moving into this country, setting up manufacturing this thing here, assembling this thing here. Nana, see, I was doing some reading and I got to some realization that look, when you go out there, the market there, electronic vehicles are taking over. So in Ghana, in Africa here, we've not gotten there yet. So it's a new market for them. So they are not. It's not necessarily that they are coming here to do what they need. They still have this market here. We are not catching up. So they are just coming to cash in, and they will come and set up plants here, and we are so happy. Especially our president is so happy about it. But this is a reality on the ground. You see, good evening. Why?
Good evening, my brother, for listening and for calling. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana is near G from Samsung.
Come again.
Near G from Samsung.
Let me hear you, my brother.
Nana, you made a point when you said that you should be a bit worried about the youth.
Hmm.
And I'm saying that there's a limit to a man's patience. Even God knows it. Very soon, the youth didn't get up patience anymore. And you should be scared.
It's actually a research material from Legono. It's a huge percentage that have given up. They have finished school and have given up.
And
Huge percentage.
You should be worried because our patience can't wait anymore. And I was thinking sometimes to my wife that if someone is hungry and he wants food, and you're not giving that food, the next thing you do is just break into your house and look for the food. You should be very worried. You should be very, very worried as a country. That's all I can say.
Thank you very much, my brother. Well, on Friday, 30th, Achimoda. I don't know if there's anyone listening from Achimoda. Breakfast meeting with traditional authorities, equipping royals as the souls of the nation. I will be there. And once again, Achichiri Crew, Kwame Sechia Bebiu, the chief of Abutechi. Congratulations on your home festival. On the 8th of August, we'll be laying to rest the mother of the Ankobia Hima of Dodowa, Nana Koko Sika Apidi. Nana Koko Shika Apidi. Your mother Madam Mary Koko Tete Bunglo. We will be there to support you live. So every Monday, right after the news bulletin,